All right, Stream is now with us.
Hello, Stream. This is Xerxes/Cyntari. I am running Fortune and Glory today, and we are about to do something special for our group. We're entering what I would refer to as Chapter 2 of the campaign, as they have culminated their adventure into saving the town of Sunset Hill by defeating the invading demon forces and undead forces. We have a change of pace up ahead as they proceed into their next stage of their adventure. The tone of the game may feel a little different, and what they're going to encounter may feel a little bit serious. A little role play is going to happen. Character growth is going to be forced upon them, and I think everybody's going to have a lot of fun. I don't know how long the session is going to last. We're going to go through until I'm done with the content that I have prepared, but we're going to pick up with our players enjoying the spoils of their victory, and that's going to start off with them. I'm just going to place you guys back in your inn. Post meeting with your employer, Harwill, the War Wizard of Cormyr, after your contentious conversation between him and Commander Cauldron. Cauldron being the commander of the Purple Dragons. So, is there anything that you guys would like to do or have planned for today that you wanted to discuss with each other or with me?
I guess that's a no.
Okay. So, we're all just going to lay in bed? Go to sleep?
This would be the moment we came back from the whole thing, right?
I suppose so, yeah. So you guys would be getting dinner then at that point, yeah.
Wouldn't it be after the magic shop shenanigans?
Correct. But you also went... Didn't you... We ended up with... was that before or after going to the barracks to talk to Harwill and being revealed that Renan... Okay, it was after. Okay. Thank you for clarifying. It's been a week and some personal issues have come up, so my memory's a little shoddy.
Okay. I was speaking to him and freaking him out.
Gave him a heart attack almost.
Yeah.
Until his heart issues were alleviated by a casting of Blessed Restoration.
Yeah.
When a cat talks to you, you're gonna get healed.
What?
Hmm?
Well, that's what happened. The cat talked to him, and then he got healed. Not by the cat, but he got healed.
Are you trying to tell us you're picking up healing word?
I think I don't have healing word?
So...
I don't, actually. I have a different...
Okay.
So, the plan is basically that we're gonna head into the forest and kill some people. I mean, the short of it. Yes?
And we're bringing Mirabelle.
And we're bringing a friend, yes.
Why are you bringing a friend? Go ahead, Nexus, sorry.
I still find it kind of odd, since I thought our original idea here was to make people stand down, since it's clearly some kind of hate game between the two races that has escalated far beyond games.
Yeah, and they've been so friendly to us.
Now it's just convenient that these guys want us to go kill people in the middle of it all.
Well, to my understanding, it's these were-people more so than anything, and I'm fine with taking those out. But yeah, I'd rather not touch the whole human versus elves thing. Not my circus, not my monkey.
I just find it odd, and interesting and convenient. I'm still gonna do it.
The plan was for you to disrupt the undead army and the cultists. If that wasn't clear from last session, sorry.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Ela is just drawing a lot of conclusions here.
Oh, sorry. I'm just making sure that my story's not lost on you guys from the many weeks we may not have played.
Also, Ela just wants peace in the forest. He likes forests.
Also the Gump variety.
Yes.
Forest dumpy.
Gump.
I know what I said.
Alright.
So we are just gonna go do that, right?
I mean, it seems to be the simplest way of handling it, but if anything arises along the way, we could always stop, take stock of the situation, and replan, right?
So are we gonna go now? Or are we gonna go in the morning?
We were interrupted in our sleep, from what I recall. No, we did get to sleep afterwards. Never mind.
Yup.
The
I
only one that
kinda
didn't
woke
sleep.
some of you afterwards.
Only one of you didn't sleep.
So I'd say getting a good night's rest before heading out is probably a good idea. We don't know what's out there, and this might be our last day in a bed for a while.
You guys are my beds.
There's a difference to the safety of an inn room and having to keep watch at all times and be ready to spring at any sign of danger. You relax more.
You do?
In an inn room, yes.
Huh.
Well, I'm more comfortable in the forest, but I get your point.
Normally I'd agree with you, but a forest filled with were-creatures and undeads that may want to take our lives as we sleep is different from just a forest, I feel.
I mean,
I
it's
think
a
I'd be fine.
forest. That's just what happens in forests.
Undeads and were-creatures are normal around here?
I mean, I don't know about here, but like, weird stuff happens in forests all the time. It's fun.
We've been to very different forests, I feel like.
Well, I guess my home forest is quite a ways away from here, after all.
Where is it actually?
I believe you guys call it Wood.
I'm trying to recall any knowledge about that place.
Would you like, in character, are you doing so?
Yes, basically I'm asking for a history check.
Roll it. You recall the Yearwood is an ancient forest on the far western banks of the Sea of Fallen Stars. It is part of a region called Aglarond, and mostly it's known for housing elves. It is a kind of related to the Feywild, and all sorts of weird stuff is known to happen inside of it. It's almost a pseudo-magical forest. And that's the extent of your knowledge as a warrior with a history check.
Yeah, so it would be safe to basically go, that's just your forest.
Yes.
Have you guys ever been to the Feywild?
Isn't that just stories?
No. It's a real place.
Well, who am I to question a talking cat?
If what I hear from the stories are actually true, I would honestly rather be anywhere else.
It is a very, very, very dangerous forest. But it's really pretty. Hey, if you know your way around stuff, you're likely to survive.
I think the two of you have skewed visions on forests.
Mine's just warped. Because of difference.
Skewed view and warped view is largely the same.
I will say
Okay.
that any effectiveness you're expecting from me will be hampered unless I can get a good nap in.
Alright, let's get into bed.
Get him a napkin. Right.
Nap time.
You could always just get a hammock thingy deal and just prop up between us as we walk.
That will require us to walk exactly in sync.
Hops onto
Sure, I
Ela's
can.
shoulder.
Sure, we can figure something out. But
I
sure,
figured
let's,
something
stay
out.
at the inn. Yep.
I just say we stay here for the night. Be very well rested and have all the supplies we need tomorrow.
I agree.
What time of day was it?
We'll place you mid-afternoon, so getting on wouldn't be too bad to rest for the evening. But if you had things you wanted to accomplish, you can.
Oh, then I will go. Put out my alms box and do a bit of prayer work.
Can I join you for that?
Sure, you're welcome. I mean, you might be bored, but of course.
I mean, there's this whole thing with Saloon, and apparently now me not being a familiar anymore because of her, and I don't really know that much about her.
Well, I can tell you a lot of tales that my should we call him master told me. So
Sure.
we can do that.
Sounds fun. Story time!
The two of you have
I'll
fun.
be back later.
Take care.
Happily sits on Ela's shoulder.
And where are you going to go to do your alms work?
So there were a bunch of churches and whatnot, right?
There were 3
Like
churches.
temples.
Mhm.
Yeah.
One to the elven god of Coron Lorenthian, one to Ilmater, the god of the broken and abused and needy, and the god Ogma, the god of knowledge and scholars.
Yeah, so across from them, Ela would put out a small blanket and alms box and then start preaching a little bit about Saloon and telling tales about Saloon to Pandora and whoever walks by and listens, and offer their services as for like praying for whoever wants it and light curing for any ailments they have.
How many, how would you go about advertising yourself? Would you do so in a persuasive evangelical way, or would you do so in a scripture-related reading kind of way? One being a persuasion check, other being a religion check.
Well, the thing is that Ela has never actually read any of the scriptures.
But
So
you would
it's all
speak from the heart then, okay.
yes, it's all spoken word, and from their master, it was kind of theatrical, like over dramatized.
So you were taught in an oral history kind of manner.
Yes.
Okay. And so would you be using their words, or would you be using your own words, paraphrasing them, or your own understanding and teaching?
Their words.
Okay.
Without deviating at all.
Okay. You are using their words, so it's really related upon how well you can present their words. So I'd almost feel it's a persuasion check, but I may not be correct on that. Thoughts?
Performance, maybe, because it's theatrical?
Performance. Okay, I like
Yeah,
that.
I'd say that could work.
Do you agree with your character's history, Ellen?
Sure. I'm equally bad in both.
Right.
I was gonna say, did we screw you over because of this? But that's fine, apparently.
Persuasion or performance as you desire. Performance probably being preferable.
Guidance. No.
Guidance yourself.
I don't have guidance, so.
I do have guidance. Can I guidance myself?
Is there any rule saying you can't ask Saloon for help?
Indeed, it does just say touch one willing creature, so...
Touch yourself.
No! Stop touching yourself.
Oh.
Alright.
This is all while the cat is still on your shoulder, by the way.
Let's go for... performance. Cat on my shoulder.
Oh, cat on your shoulder?
Yes, I will assist you by being pretty.
Well, cats are considered good luck in Coromir. They are not, you can't
How
harm
about a
them
black
by
cat?
law. Doesn't matter. Cats cannot be harmed in Coromir. By law. So roll with advantage, please.
Heck yeah.
Woo!
I need
roll your...
that.
He needed the guidance, yes. 17.
Nice.
You draw a small crowd of close to 10 people listening to you. Given that you're relying upon your master's words, I will say that you are giving a message of hope against the fears of the dark. The fears that cannot be seen, the dangers that cannot be known. And Saloon is the light in the darkness to protect, guide, and heal those in need from those dangers. And as such, the times being what they are, with the attacks in the forest coming out, an undead army literally at the doorstep, you get a lot of very hopeful faces staring at you, listening to your words. And they are weary faces, they are scared faces. And while nobody at this time needs healing, they need comfort. Because the mental strain of knowing that an unliving army is laying siege to the only home that many of these people have only known provides them some comfort, provides them something to look forward to, look up to. A god of knowledge does not seem like a good protector. A god against the broken and sick only seems like it would only help in the aftermath of any attack or disaster. A protector, a guider, is what a lot of people have needed to hear. And the presence of a cat on your shoulder does provide some sense of symbolic reassurance that you are a good person, that your words do carry more than just rhetoric. They carry feeling, they carry emotion, they carry meaning.
Cat.
They carry a cat. And you have one or two approaching you, asking what they can do to help, what they can do to provide the assistance of Saloon to the rest of the people, because if they can call upon Saloon, aka they wanting to invoke her power, which requires more worshippers, asking how they can help.
Yes. Well, Ela is happy to provide with answers and suggestions.
Do you have any personally available in your head, or do you just want to generically provide them?
I had a couple, but I am blanking right now.
Okay.
So it is okay to do it generically.
You provide a deeper sermon for those people. They stand forward from the crowd as they ask you these questions, and you provide them a sermon, kind of like, if you're familiar enough, I'm not going to presume your personal knowledge here, so don't feel offended if you already know this, but like the story of the Christianity and fishermen going out and seeking those and fishing for men, fishing for those who are needy or in need of guidance and help. You provide them a sermon based upon being the light themselves, being a symbol of Saloon, in the sense that they themselves will take upon the mantle of providing the light and carrying it with them. The moonlight, while dim, is brightest in the darkest of times. It's no comparison to the sun during the day, but the sun provides so much light that in the times when it's dark, the moon is there for them. In times when the times are darkest, the moon maiden, the moon goddess, is there for them. And at this point, they take upon your message, they take upon your word. If you want to roll a religion check for me.
Would be a bit much to guidance myself there.
You can ask upon any guidance you want to. There's no limit to the number of times you can guide yourself being a cantrip.
You know, I just feel like that would be a bit much. So
Personally, yeah.
Yeah.
Your message resonates with them. You provide them a great amount. Not a great amount, a great quality of sermon. You don't have the time to indoctrinate them in the teachings of Saloon that you have inherited from the spoken word of your forebears that taught you the ways of Saloon. But you provide them with a great quality, a great message for them to carry out, to provide their listeners with something they can carry with them. In a way, you have instilled with them a flame that they can bring on to light the other candles around the town. And maybe, just maybe, and with enough worshippers, Saloon will answer their call.
Awesome. And if anyone does want to, Ela is gonna offer ceremony. For dedication.
Dedication, yeah.
Or atonement. But I doubt that's gonna happen.
It's a coming of age ritual. Snip, snip.
Yeah, sorry. Ela only has a warhammer, so that's gonna hurt.
Smash, smash.
I've
can't
got
even-
claws.
Jesus
Oh, no.
Christ. Get the iodine. Oh, God, it's infected.
I'm sorry I had to.
You touch your hated shoulder, cast ceremony. Now you two are listening to me. You're wed.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus. No, Saloon. Who the fuck's this Jesus guy?
I think he's one of the elven gods or something.
Oh, well. He's from the south. He's known as Jesus. I'm sorry. Anything, they take your message and they begin discussing amongst themselves, talking about how they can get their hands on more knowledge of Saloon. Like, they're planning amongst themselves. Let's go to the library. Let's go to the temple. Like, hey, maybe the Temple of Ogma has some information because it's the god of knowledge, and you're one of the god. Yeah. Let's go do that. And so they walk off and they bow to you as they're walking away, smiling and thanking you.
I'll meow at them.
The alms box has been in the corner of the blanket all this time.
Mm-hmm. You've received many alms. Roll me a d6. You receive the equivalent of 30 gold and a scattering of coins ranging from copper to silver.
Well, that is insane. Okay.
It's a significant investor into what they believe is a god that might be able to protect them. A god that doesn't have representation in their town and they feel they need it.
Yeah, awesome.
They support you and they support your god, or at least in this moment. Thank you for the bits, guys. Appreciate your support.
Stop.
Honestly, something else popped into my head where the cat would just go, I am speaking through this cat. My name is Saloon. No.
Oh, God. The blaspheme. Oh, my God.
But no.
Elam would smite you.
Yes, he would.
You are not a god of, what's it, Syriac, the trickster god, or whatever, Mask, or whoever the trickster god is.
Mm-mm. Nope. But it's funny as fuck.
It would have been hilarious. Alright. So is that all you want to do with your time in the evening? Before you go back to the inn and eat and rest?
Pretty much. And
Okay.
answer any questions Pandora has about Saloon, if able to.
Mm-hmm. One of the first questions she's gonna ask is pretty much just why did you put your hand on your chest and all that, and then just breathe in really deeply, and then suddenly you did things better? What's that?
I asked Saloon for guidance in order to better get my words across.
Can I do that?
Possibly. Have you tried?
No.
Well, you can try.
All right.
Try and talk to Saloon and ask if you can be able to.
How do you pray exactly?
Oh, that's easy. Just open your heart and just go on an explanation about a heartfelt prayer.
So you just sit there, either talking in your mind or out loud, and nothingness?
Not nothingness. The recipient, Saloon.
How do you know she hears you?
Well,
Doesn't she
to
have like
faith,
a
don't you?
bajillion worshippers? What if they all start talking at the same time? How can she hear one of them specifically?
Well, you can always ask her that.
I am so confused. Life
Aren't
was
we
so
all?
much easier when I was just a cat. Well, familiar, but you know.
I'm sure it was. Life was much easier when I was just living in a forest, oblivious to the rest of the world.
I know,
Now I
right?
know
Having
more.
this secluded area where you feel safe and stuff, well, semi-safe and stuff.
Indeed.
It's nice.
And now we are out hurting people and saving people.
Yeah, well, what do you want? If the one that treated you as a pet suddenly goes crazy, then yeah, well, then adventurers come in and kill her, and then they basically take you in as their new mascot.
Yeah, well, life is strange, isn't it?
A god decides to choose you to do something. I'm still unsure.
Also, are we just walking the streets and I'm talking to a cat?
No, I would assume this would be us at the tavern semi-privately, because otherwise I would only go, meow.
You are correct, my dear cat.
Meow. Meow. Nah.
But yeah, anyways, that's how the conversation continues.
Yep, pretty much.
Okay. You guys have your conversation about Saloon and prayer and personal relationships with the goddess of the moon, and you make your way back to the inn. Does anybody else like to interject what they would want to do related to the time frame that we were talking about?
Arch is a bit flustered by his short-sightedness with his spell preparation, so he's going to be combing through his book, reworking formulas, and starting to think more thoroughly about exactly what he wants prepared as they step into this next bit.
Okay. Is
So
that
that's
a
what
relationship? Is that related to your question about cantrip formulas?
Yeah. So he's going to
Okay.
be working on that. I mean, I can do it every time we do a long rest. So I went ahead and changed out a couple because had we been playing with that, I would have changed these out like 10 sessions ago.
I understand. Go ahead and take care of what you need to do.
Yeah,
But you won't be able to do so within a time frame that allows you to have a full rest and get your spell slots back.
Cody does have a thing he wants to do.
Okay.
Before he leaves, he's just sticking his head into Archer's room after knocking and going, "I'm going out for a bed. I'm going to go have a beer. I'll be back in time for bed."
Excellent. Then we'll be back in time for bed. And he shuts his book and stands up to come with you.
You sure you want to go for this? Well, to be fair, you are half dwarf. You enjoy an ale.
With certain things moving around, I don't believe I want my friend being out by themselves.
All right. Fair warning, we are heading towards a guardsman bar, so it's going to be a bit boring.
Understandable.
And with that, he'd like to head out into the city, looking specifically for not necessarily a bar, guardsman bar, but the type of place where army folks and such would frequent.
You come across
Sorry.
a bit rougher, a bit cruder, a bit more blue collar than scholarly.
Yeah.
You come across a an tavern. It's not an inn. There's nowhere to sleep. It's a tavern called the Broken Wheel, and it shows a slightly more elaborate than normal sign. It has like a wagon wheel, broken on one side, unable to move, and it has a person sitting against that wheel just drinking ale. It's like the idea being, hey, you not going nowhere, get drunk.
Yeah, sounds like the type of place.
You go in and it is loud, in various volumes that rise and lower as different groups of people scattered across the area, scattered across the room, are having conversations that raise in pitch as excitement about whatever they're saying occurs and settles back down to, more, slower conversation. And then another side of the room gets rowdy, and then sometimes they all get rowdy at the same time. It's just up and down. It's just a chaos of conversation because everybody's a little bit drunk.
All right. And he's going to walk straight up to the bar.
As you walk through the smoky air, you approach the tavern keeper, who is already pouring out pitchers of beer to his tavern goers, and whips out a bottle of liquor and pours a shot for one of his other patrons and sets it back down with a cork in it. All right, what are you drinking?
A large pitcher of your local beer and something strong to go with it.
The whole
Whatever's
pitcher.
on it.
All right. He grabs an empty pitcher, and you're not sure if it's clean or not. It seems
Why
a
didn't
little.
he ask me what I wanted to drink?
You're drinking beer.
He
No,
empties
I'm
a
not.
keg into it. Empties a keg into that pitcher and sloshes it back in front of you with 2 clay mugs. There you go. Oh,
I appreciate
skinny one. You want the same thing?
Depends. Do you have any?
Depends.
Do you have any Hultail spirits?
Hultail. I think I have a bottle of it in the back.
All right.
That'll be 2 silver. And he gives you a shrewd look.
Pay
You
the
want to roll
2 silver.
insight? Oh, okay.
I'll do insight on him. Why not?
Yeah.
Insight's awful.
He's
Okay.
trying to overcharge you. Hotel's not worth 2 silver in this area. He just probably doesn't. He just probably thinks he can get more money out of you.
That's fine. I'll say something. Let me know when he brings the bottle back to me.
So you paid the 2 silver? You slipped it down
Yeah.
already? Okay.
Yeah.
He brings the bottle back to you, and after slipping the silver away into his apron.
I assume that the 2 silver cost was for, not just this bottle, but the other 3 that these are valued at. Correct?
Well, I don't know.
I raise
Hotel-
I raise an eyebrow and I go, my last name is Stonebeard, which means I know my alcohol, sir.
Oh yeah. He takes the bottle and sets it a little bit further away from you, and he reaches underneath the shelf and he pulls out a bottle and it has X's on it. Prove it! And he pours you a heavy shot and slides it your way of apparently strong proof liquor.
As a note, Hotel is a very specific alcohol. That was actually 2 silver is like way underpriced for it, and it's way.
Oh, is it?
stronger. Yeah. Yeah, it's like
I'm unaware.
4 gold. Yeah, it's 4 gold for a bottle, and it's famous for basically you take a drink and you're out.
Oh, you got a link for that?
Yeah.
Thank you. The conversation may shift then. Unaware that I thought you were just making something up.
No.
Thank you for sharing. Nuclear strong.
Yep.
To Cormir. Oh.
Oh, look who looks up stuff and knows things about the campaign setting.
Thank you.
I didn't just.
Oh, it's from the
stuff up.
video game. It's from Neverwinter Nights. Okay. All right. 4 GP. Okay.
Which I don't have. So
Well, he would have charged you 8 GP. At that
fine. Let's back up that conversation. He's going to charge 8 for it. And I go, is that for? How about this? As I am obviously in diminutive in stature, 50 silver. You take a shot with me, and if you beat me, then you can have my very expensive cloak that I'm wearing.
All right. I think we can do something about that. He pulls out his bottle of Hotel Spirits. For the stream, Hotel Spirits, uniquely strong alcohol, from Coromir, who tell spirits are famous for their potency. Once consumed, almost instantly rendered the drinker inebriated for a short period of time. Side effect of imbibing this liquor was feeling an intense strength and invincibility. Feeling an intense strength and invincibility is likely a side effect of just being drunk in general. But, neither here nor there. Alright, if you can take me drink for drink, I'll let you have the bottle for free, and I'll even throw in a bottle of Cormirian wine.
Mm-hmm.
And so he sets down
He leans over. He leans over to leans over to Koji. This is a very bad idea, but I want to do it anyways.
Right. I suppose I'll be carrying you home in a bit then.
You'll cover me if I fail this bet, right? You'll pay for it.
Sure.
All right, good. Just making sure. Actually, he'll double the gold. Let's do that instead. So you beat me, you get 16 gold. I win, you take my 50 silver, and we get the bottle and the other thing.
All right.
All right.
He pulls down a shot. He slugs it back, and he's just... Ooh. All right, your turn. Let's see how you do.
All right. I take a hit.
Concentration check or Constitution check.
Punch.
Okay, you are inebriated. You're still standing, but you are drunk.
I have my father's dwarven ears, but my mother's elven figure. I have hips that do not lie, and so I've been told. Remember that.
Okay, kid, you ready for the next one? I'm gonna roll his. Hang on a second. Let's make this fair. He's just as drunk as you. Alright. So, alright, let's get the next one in. He pours another shot. Let's go, kid. You think you can outdrink me? I'll run this place.
I bet you can't handle your own supplementary disease.
Just drink it.
I take it.
You're both instantly hammered. He's holding on to the bar.
Come on. One more. I'm afraid I'm going to live tomorrow. Or die. I'm afraid about tomorrow.
You're gonna die if you drink one more shot. You sure you want this?
You can't even count to one. You don't know how to write.
2! I counted to 2 right off the bat.
All right, but this is drink number 3.
3? We've already had 2? Hang on a second. He blinks heavily. He reaches for the bottle, knocks the bottle forward, slides along the counter. Hey, get back here! And grabs
It's running
the bottle.
away.
I got it. He lays his head down onto his forearm.
How many people are watching, by the way?
The people at the bar are, and a nearby table has a few eyes, but the rest of the crowd is obviously already hammered and in their drink already, and in their conversations too deeply to be paying attention to a drinking game by the tavern keeper. So he pours another shot. It's sloppy. It spills all over the bar a little bit, but it fills most of the shot. He slides it your way. All right, you drink.
Is this drink 3 or 4?
3.
I already rolled for 3.
You're 3. Okay, you're out. Okay, it's just you're not making it any farther. He's mumbling to himself, Koji. He's just leaning against you. You're not sure if he's asleep or if he's sleep talking.
Chicken dies.
And the tavern keeper slumps down to the ground because he couldn't make that save either. It's getting too difficult for them to make those saves.
Is there any other barkeeper or just a tavern keeper, by the way?
The waitress comes over. God, he just can't resist a damn fucking challenge.
Right, let me cover the price of that.
Yeah, it's 4 gold. What did they say? What did he agree to?
They agreed that if he won, and I point to the barkeep, he'd pay 16, and if he won, he'd get the bottle and some 15 silver, I believe.
Neither one of them won. 4 gold.
Yeah,
That's
you're
how much the
getting...
bottle's worth.
Also, I've never did pay for my pitcher of beer, so...
That's a silver.
Alright, and Koji pays in full. He is lawful.
Thank you. You guys want some bread or something to help this soak up all that liquor he just drank?
Yes, please, and...
A hunk of hard bread is set in front of you, torn off from a bigger piece.
And where's the puke alley?
Out back, and she points to the side door that's opposite the door that you came through.
Got it. I'll try to catch him before it gets too bad.
All right. Let me know if you need anything else. He doesn't.
And at that point, I take Arch under the arm, like not carrying him, just, lifting, walking him. Right, let's find a place to sit you down.
I feel like an egg, he says, as he hovers over your shoulder.
Alright, let's see.
Don't sit on me, I'm fragile.
Can I find a place where he can lean up against the wall while sitting?
Fragile.
Yes, there's an available space where you get a small 2-person table next to a wall, pushed up against the wall just for private parties. He's leaned up against the wall as you prop him up in his chair.
I'll put him there.
Koji, I'm here.
And I'm gonna put the bread in front of him and go, you're eating that.
Fireballs at that guy over there. That guy looks like an ocelot.
You're pretty sure he's too drunk to even form thoughts about arcane energy, so you're not really scared.
Yeah, go ahead and eat that bread. It'll make you feel better.
He's asleep at this point. He's out.
That works too. I'm still going to keep an eye on him just in case he suddenly starts getting greenish.
Constitution saving throw?
Sleep dancing.
Me or him?
Surprise fireball.
He gets sick. Yeah, he gets sick.
No, that wasn't my save.
Oh yeah, you're safe, and not advantage. Well, you got 12.
Why is it normal? Sorry. Yeah,
Sorry.
12.
12. Okay, you're able to keep it down. It's not a difficult save to keep from puking. Normal difficulty of 10. And so he settles back down.
Right.
Chunky.
We're going by the alchemist shop tomorrow morning.
You're going to need some ibuprofen and acetaminophen. Or paracetamol, as you know it over in Europe.
Koji's going to be keeping an eye on him, but he's also going to be enjoying his beer, listening to what's being talked about around.
Okay.
If he has the chance to, he'll talk to some people. He's mainly looking at military people that don't look to be from the city. So traveling people, mercenaries, any folks to that ilk, if there's any of that around.
There is a lot of talk about the siege on the city. A lot of people are in this tavern forgetting their current woes, and that is a large tone of it. There's some braggarts talking about how they can just smash any skeleton. There's, oh yeah, but what about the bigger undeads? Oh, kill them too. I was like, what about your missus? You gonna get her out of here before she gets killed? It's like, I don't have to worry about any of that. Wait, if I'm fighting, where's she? And so the people's conversations are shifting as different topics are brought up, different points are being brought up. And you take note of a group of, well, to your eye, a little bit hard-bitten individuals. They have, dirt under their nails. They have, blood under their nails, as you would say. They have seen fights. They are likely to be mercenaries if you were to peg them to be anything, which would give them a lot of work in this day and age. So, don't know what they're really up to unless and they're having hushed conversations, not caring too far past their table. But they seem to be keeping to themselves. They seem to be very much involved with their own dealings and not raising their voice too high to be heard.
All right, he's going to be keeping an eye on them for a little while, just
Okay.
waiting for for most of their personal talk to not die down, but for it to get more relaxed. He's letting them do their business part of their work if that's what they want to do.
Okay. As their conversation shifts and moves around and you get into your beer, you have at least 2 cups by now as you drain the pitcher. Their conversation dies down to the part where they're just sipping their drinks and enjoying or toiling or working on their own thoughts, however you want to phrase it. And there's kind of like a man staring into a fire, they're staring into their cups. They're just thinking. It takes about two mugs of your ale to get to that point.
That's perfectly fine. It's roughly at that point that he'll take a look at Arch, make sure that he's still all right.
Arch is dreaming of chickens.
You just hear him mumble, Plymouth Rock chicken has 8,325 feathers. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're gonna be fine on your own for a moment. And he's gonna get up and walk over towards them.
They aren't so far into their cups like Koji or the rest of the room is, though they are buzzed from their drinks. They are not drunk to the point of in clarity. So they notice you coming and they straighten up and stare at you.
Sorry to interrupt your evening, gentlemen.
They just nod at you. Not impolitely, but they're not saying anything, waiting for you to offer your business.
You notice to be men of the road, let's say. Strong men, correct?
We've seen a bit, yeah.
I was hoping I could buy a bit of info from you in that regard. I'm looking for someone who's likely in your line of work.
What do you want to know?
Well, I simply want to know if you've seen the man, and in that case, where he seems to be operating. Silvery dragonborn, much like myself, likely to be leading a group of men, well skilled in tactics. Ring any bells?
Only one I heard of was years ago. He was part of a troop of people who are all dragonborns. He broke off and he disappeared for a bit. I think he joined up with another outfit. He didn't want them Scales business no more because he didn't like the politics of the upper leadership. They were getting involved with too many lords and fighting amongst themselves. So he went off and did his own thing. That's the story I heard. Don't know where he ended up. I think he went out east. Symbio or further on.
Let's see. Any of you other gents happen to have heard of this man? Or just east?
There was a tale of a... Was it silver? He's like looking at his friends. Was it silver or was it white? That one that held up that fort. Kept it up, propped up pretty much underneath his own command. He took over for the fort commander. I think the story goes, and he turns to you and he's like, because nobody's answering his questions as he's talking to his group and asking for clarification. Yep. The story goes is that this fort was under siege and he took control of it, and I think he even killed the commander or beat him up or just assumed control. And that was his deal, and he saved the whole deal with the rather brilliant maneuver. A distraction on the front gates made him think there was a stronger force in the front. All decoys. He came around outside the back, through, well, again, the story goes he cut a hole in the rear of the fort, snuck around the back of the enemy attacking forces and just cut them out from underneath them. Their feet, that is. Cut off the supply line and routed them.
Does any of this sound familiar to Koji?
Yeah, it does. It sounds slightly familiar in the fact that this captain you're referring to had been known for taking charge of situations that seemed to have no leadership. And also the fact that he liked to cut off supply lines, because he knew that supply lines were very important to the morale of troops. If there's no reinforcements, there's no food, no water, no nothing for them to resupply, reinforce from, troops are likely to panic.
That sounds like the right guy. Do you happen to remember the name of that fort?
Challenging me?
Wait, who's saying that?
I am. To you, the player.
No, it's basically just to get directions for it, that's all.
Yeah.
And this is where you are a cheeky bastard and say, you get whatever you asked for.
That is fair. That's out at the Armskirk fort towards the east in Symbia. They're dealing with now I'm just struggling to remember the name of these people. I'll have to look it up now.
Doc, why did you have to ask that question?
It's a specific group of people from Faerun, and I'm trying to remember their names. Hang on a second. There we go. I'm on the right track.
And the name of the land, was that Sumeria, you said?
Symbia, Sembia. It is the country directly to the east of Cormyr.
And it was Armskirk.
Armskirk, as spelled, as sounds.
Alright, got it.
They're not called that anymore. What are they called? They're dealing with the Shadowvar, remnants of the returned Netheries. The ones that attacked Cormyr using Symbia? Yeah, he was helping deal with those bullshit bastards from the fucking shadowy assholes.
Let's see. Well, I thank you a lot for information. Let me pay for your next round. And he's going to reach into his pouch and take out 4 gold pieces and put it down. Should be enough for a good round, right?
The best round. Hey, Tavern Key! Where's Tavern Key?
He was drunk under by my compatriot. Well, they drunk each other under.
Oh, well, he does do that from time to time. He loves his drink.
It seemed like it, yes.
Well, thank you for the drink. Hey, Miss, another round of beer, please. The stronger stuff, not that, the farther keg. Yeah, that one. Thank you. And he tips his, he raises his glass to you, or his clay mug to you.
I raised the mug he was carrying in his hand. He's been slowly sipping at us there as he heard the story. Fortune to you out there.
Fortune to you as well.
And with that, he's going to return back over to Arch.
You think that guy had anything to do with them scales? Maybe. I don't know. He seemed real interested in that one. Who knows? Everybody has their own business. Maybe that's what they're talking about as you walk away.
Electorophobia severe chickens.
Yeah, he seems fine.
He's just chanting something.
All right. I presume at this point you said 2 cups into the pitchers. That would be like halfway done or something.
Yeah, a third. Yeah.
Yeah. He's going to have 1 more, and then he's going to pick up Arch and start carrying him away.
Chickens have 3 eyelids.
And this time it's just over the shoulder and out.
Yep, like a bag of grain, he's being carried by you. His arms are dangling down behind you, and his legs out in front of you. His ass right next to your face.
Yep.
Don't forget the bottle. Mm.
Arch's fingers gently brushing past your cheeks.
Tail.
Tail. He has a tail.
Chickens
Doesn't mean that he doesn't have a butt.
Chickens understand object permanence.
No, I'm just saying there's a protection. There's a shield.
They do, by the way.
I'm not saying that. It's like you're just spouting off random chicken facts. You're probably pulling off Wikipedia. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh, no, I have a giant list of them.
Oh,
I am fully prepared. I'm fully prepared.
I'm so prepared right now. Foully prepared, yes. Anybody else? As you take him back, is there anything you want to do on the way back, or do you want to put him down in bed and go to sleep yourself?
Put him down.
As I enter the inn, is there anyone still attending the front?
Yeah.
Hey, can I borrow a bucket?
Is the change of pot in your room not good enough?
This one here is probably gonna puke a few times tonight.
Oh, God. Here. Take
Chickens
this.
Take baths in dirt.
Thank you.
It's an old wash bucket. It's still wet from previously holding washing fluids, liquids, detergents, all that stuff.
That will work just fine. Thank you so much.
Chickens can dream.
He's going through the list.
And he's gonna put down a silver for the trouble.
All right. Not turn down money. It's just a bucket. You're going to give it back, aren't you? Wait, did you just buy my bucket?
I was planning on giving it back, but you might not want it back in case.
We'll see. Just bring it back.
Will do. And with that, he's putting Arch to bed, lying properly on his side, facing out towards the room with the bucket right in front.
Properly set up, Arch has no problem sleeping tonight. Puking may or may not occur.
The road is a stupid joke. They don't go across roads, they flutter across them.
And he contemplates for a moment, putting his hand in a small bowl of water, but decides not to.
All right. And anything else, Koji, before you yourself go to bed?
No, that is going to be it. He is heading to bed.
All right. Arkken, you're the only one not involved with tonight's shenanigans.
Yeah, no, don't leave Koji alone, but leave Arkken alone. That's fine.
You're not going anywhere.
We didn't get to him. He didn't speak up in time.
Someone else went first, Mr. Archie Man.
Can't hear you dreaming about chickens with black bones.
Yeah, go back to your comic series. Anyways, all things considered, the city is still partially under siege as all this happens, correct?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ah, great. Then Arkken is considering, throughout today's events, he's still quite fresh. He hasn't used a lot of his resources in that regard, and he can still look for a fight. So he's got to do something that's very important during these times. He's got to go hunting for thieves.
Okay. Do you have a strategy or style before I have you start rolling?
Well, the main thing he's going to be looking for in this, he's going to be looking for mostly food thieves and such, going to general stores and such, looking if there's anyone just trying to steal too much. Of course, regular pickpockets and such might be a problem, but he's also looking for people who might take their chance at robberies and such others, since a lot of the guards are very, very busy. And he is going to use his surprisingly high stealth skills to try and stay in, well, whatever shadows he might find. And though he's setting up ambushes sounds aggressive, but it's essentially what I'm going to do. Observe, capture, and then interrogate. That's my plan.
Okay, you say interrogate. Is there a piece of knowledge you're hoping to gain?
Arkken is mostly going to find out the why. Because there's different reasons why people steal. Some just want to take the opportunity to put themselves forwards, because in a city under siege, food is soon more valuable than gold. And all that. And the general panic is a problem. If someone's just doing it to survive, then alright, fair, that happens. But if someone's just doing it to earn a quick, not a quick, but essentially earn themselves at the cost of everyone else dying, then such people are not needed in the city.
Okay. I don't know if survival's really the role to make here, other than investigation.
Sure, I have decent investigation.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
God damn it.
You spend your time searching around the town looking for looters, and all you end up finding are guard patrols.
Huh.
Roll a wisdom check.
Fair enough.
Maybe if you went to a seedier part of town, you might have better opportunities for finding your prey.
Then to seedier parts of town I go.
Okay. You recall the part of town where you had that where you listened to that political rally before you got attacked by Renan, the were-rat revenant, after Koji had his coughing fit. That seemed to be a more run-down part of town. It was closer to the warehouse district and closer to the cemetery, the low-born cemetery. Roll another investigation check.
All right. I love second chances, and so do my rolls.
All right. You're able to locate a bunch of people who are looking to break into the warehouse. And give me a perception check. You overhear talk about them referring to they need it more than who owns it. Don't know why, but you overhear a slight argument between two people talking about something, and a raised voice says, "We need it more than them." But nothing else is said. Don't know why they say that or the reasons behind it. But you hear that, and they're working on the door while there's about 4 of them. 2 of them are paying attention to the door, and one's really doing the work. The other one's just kind of watching, and then 2 in the back are keeping guard, keeping real watch on the area around them to make sure nobody's going to sneak up on them like you are.
Fair enough. Well, all things considered, I'm not just going to start off with murder, XEX, but I'm going to try and sneak a bit closer. Maybe see if I can get a jump. Oh, huh?
There's also the option that if murder, axe can be done blunt style with a throwy throw that hits it with the other side.
Of course. But still, I like the idea of the giant 8-foot minotaur sneaking up on them.
Okay, then roll me a stealth check.
I will.
Fail.
God damn it!
You lean up against you walk sneaking along the side of a building, and you're doing a fairly good job. You know they're not going to hear you, and you crouch down to gather up your next set of movements. Where am I going to go? What's the next way to step? And that barrel you just placed yourself next to, well, it just fucking falls over. You didn't realize the other side was rotted out. You didn't see that other side, but it was rotted. And the barrel falls over, and that little metal hoop that binds the top of it just goes king, roll, 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 roll out into the open space in front of them. Who goes there? What's going on? Hey, oh, it's a Minotaur. I hadn't seen one since my days as a pirate. Shut up! Don't say anything about your pirate.
Oh my! Pirates, I hear. So, name's Arkken Ironrunner. Mind telling me what you're up to this fine, well, late afternoon, I suppose?
Ironrunner, I heard that name. Were you ever on the Windrunner?
Of course I was. I was second in command of that fine vessel.
I knew it. I had to swim for 3 days after you sunk that bat. You kill him! And they're like, what? Kill him! And you have 3 guys rushing towards you as the guy who yelled kill him stays in the back.
That voice crack made it so much better.
All right. Well,
I don't know if it was intentional, but it worked.
while they are charging, I'm going to give them one chance and try and advocate to their logic and say, if you keep charging at me, I'm going to do things to you you would find unimaginably terrible.
Roll
You're gonna get the
intimidation.
horns.
That's the bull. You get the horns. They just look at each other like Batman Hitchman. Like, what do we do? Don't just stand there, hit him! Says the one in the back. And they kind of look at each other and they make feeble hits at you. $14 hit? I know 6
14
doesn't.
doesn't hit.
The one just straight whiffs. The other one catches your axe. His swing, you catch him with your axe and you just deflect it to the side. I'll do better than that. What are you doing standing? There's 3 of you. What about you? What about me? I'll kill you if you don't get him. The third one pulls out a throwing knife and he's preparing to line it up. What would you like to do in all of this? As you've been attacked and these guys in the back trying to bully people. What do you want to do?
All right, well, I'm going to go for the guy that seems like a problem. I am going to throw one of my nice axes at the yelly man in the back.
Okay.
And just
Are you
yell
going
at
for
him
a non-lethal or a lethal?
I am going for non-lethal.
Okay.
I'm just going to yell, you back there, stay quiet. You're annoying me.
You hit, deal 12 damage. Non-lethal slashing. Let's just say bludgeoning as you hit him with the
One side.
haft. Well, I don't know if it's a double-sided throwing axe or not. If it's a one-sided throwing axe, then obviously there's a blunt side. It's however Arkken envisions his axes being.
The flat side.
It would fly terribly through the air if you threw it flat ways.
Find the handle.
Okay. These are Nari's dictating what your axes look like and how they work.
Yeah, I'm fine with them being knocked out by the handles. That sounds like a hilarious image.
Yeah.
He's dazed instantly. He's like, oh. The other one's, we're going to give them a courage check. Only one succeeds. He's the one that you deflected. He's invested in the fight. You knocked away his blade. The one next to the yelly guy, he ran off. The one that just straight whiffed is like, I'm not in this. I'm not invested. There's one guy who's still in it. The other guy in the back is dazed.
Great. So the guy who's still in it, for now, he's just going,
He swings at you and he misses. What do you want to do in return?
well, all things considered. All in all, I can use my horns, but I find it more fun if I just give him a straight-up nice headbutt, so I guess we can flavor it that instead of me goring him.
Yeah, roll your gore attack, but we'll just say you headbutt him. Alright, bludgeoning damage to the forehead. Cow skull to human skull. This man crumples down. Oh, just falls back unconscious.
Great.
The man in the back is like, oh, he looks up, he sees all of his men gone, and one of them's down in front of you, and you're just coming, assumingly striding up to get him.
Yep.
Oh, hey, hold on now, Mr. Ironrunner. Look, it's just the way things are, you know. We have needs, and they have more than we do.
There are right and wrong ways to go about this, friend. This is the wrong way to go about it.
That's all I've ever known.
Well, that's not good. So, you are going to repent your sentence with a nice long sit in the county jail.
Ooh, he grabs his head where the knot is starting to form. Oh, I could use some sleep. Oh, I suppose I could use some sleep. Roll an intimidation. Oh, okay, Mr. Ironrunner, I'll go with you. Just don't use your horns. I seen what you did to the pirates the other. Oh, and he's like leaning on you, and you can see like the knot actually has a trickle of blood because you split the skin a little bit.
Alright, so I'm going to pick him up, and I'm going to pick up the guy that I knocked out and just hold him by the shirt and carry him along like a suitcase.
Okay, they have no wheels, but they are being drugged along quite efficiently.
Great. And I'm gonna go to the nearest guard barracks. Well, not barracks, I suppose would be correct. Nearest jail.
Mm-hmm. You drag him up to the nearest set of guards in front of a building that seems officiating of some kind, and you see the bars on the building, and you see the word jail on front of it, and you're like, well, that's the place I'm looking for.
Great.
What you got there? Wait, what'd you do to those guys?
Well, you see, my good fellow, name's Arkken Ironrunner. I'm one of the adventurers in town that's going to go out on an assault later tomorrow. I went about hunting a little bit in town and found these guys trying to thieve things that weren't theirs.
They just had more than we did, and we needed it.
Yes. You just get some rest.
Oh, well, self-confession and brain damage, who knows? All right, we'll sober them up or get them conscious again, and we'll talk to them about what happened. Where are you staying in case we have any questions?
What was it?
The Laughing Monk.
The Laughing Monk. That's the tavern I'm at. Or in, I suppose.
All right, write it down. Make sure to log them in, and Arkken Ironrunner. All right, Laughing Monk, okay. Put it down in the logbook. We'll see when they have any questions. We'll see if we have any questions when they wake up.
Well, of course. Just as I've told you, I will be in Hullock Forest by tomorrow, so...
What the hell would you want to go out there? There's an army of undead in front of it.
That's exactly why I'm going.
You do you, then. He goes inside to process the prisoners.
Alright, at that, Arkken's gonna head off feeling like he's at least done a good deed for the day, apart from all the other things he's done, but it's always too much help.
Going back to the Laughing Monk to rest up?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. So you guys are back into the monk, and you're resting and sleeping and getting your... one of you's preparing for a hangover in the morning. And not much else happens for the evening. Morning comes around. You guys get up and have a... you rouse each other and get each other up for breakfast and stuff like that. Unless there's anything unique you want to do around that time, we'll just go to breakfast.
Cheerio, Miss Sophie.
Quiet you.
Yeah, Koji's likely up by morning as he's used to.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to just stick his head inside Archer's room to check if he's still alive.
Archie Poo.
Yeah, the dog.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to roll a Constitution saving throw to see if you are hungover or not, or if your Dwarven Constitution finally comes into play? You are not hungover. You feel...
Yeah. You stick your head in, and Arch is already sitting at his desk writing. Like, oh, there's the lightweight. You went to bed early last night.
No, you passed out in the bar and I carried you to bed.
You can't prove that.
I can.
Not if I'm so delusional I don't accept reality.
Well, we have eyewitnesses.
I don't believe them either. You paid them.
Alright, did you use the bucket?
No.
Alright, I'm gonna go turn it back then.
It's full of eggs.
How?
From chickens. Where do you think eggs come from?
It's not drunk science, it's drunk magic.
That's the same way every other egg comes into existence. Jeez, come on. Not complicated.
Alright, I'm gonna return
School
this.
of Creation, Bart.
Oh, and here, and I'm handing him the bottle he paid for the other night. In case you actually wanted that shit.
Did you try any?
No.
It's really very good.
I'm sure it is, but I'd rather not do it before we're heading into the Death Woods.
Well, I mean, it's not our death that's going to happen in the woods. Silly Koji.
And he's going to be returning the bucket.
Okay.
I'll get up and I'll go downstairs and I'll go with them. And when we get to like, I need something very, very greasy, and I need a lot of water and salt. And sugar.
I need a bucket of lard and salt water now.
You get bacon and gravy.
I was hoping like bacon, hash browns, fried ham.
You're lucky they haven't started rationing food underneath the siege.
Sorry, I hear you through the fact that I saved your city. What?
What? Hmm? You can't prove it. My prices are my prices. You can't prove nothing.
I still don't want any gems.
You want Stevens? We know.
I want Stevens. Yeah.
Is the Stevens you want with a PH or a V?
With a V? What kind of douchebag has a PH in their name?
Pump up the jam. God damn it.
What?
And that's not a pump.
That's a jack.
Jack.
You're jacking the jam.
Check the jam.
My poor Uncle Phil.
Anyways, but yeah, Arch is going to have breakfast, and he will mix the sugar and salt into his water to
Yes.
replenish electrolytes.
Okay, so you get a hearty breakfast, and any of you heavy eaters, the big breakfast, are challenged by the skinny young kid just slamming down greasy fried foods and salty foods, and somehow there's a bottle of hot sauce and he's just dousing it. Tabasco? Where the fuck is Tabasco from?
And Worcestershire.
What's your sister sauce?
What's your sister sauce? Yes.
Yes.
What's this here sauce?
English
Wash
sauce.
your sister sauce.
English fish sauce.
Mm-hmm. Delicious.
Drink it by the gallon.
No, but I do add it to most red meat dishes I make.
To your steaks?
Not on my steaks, but like I use it in my stew, my beef stew I make, and I add it to spaghetti, and I add it just a little bit, and then I add a little bit on my burgers whenever I season them.
Oh, rotten anchovies, so good.
Do you use it on your spaghetti?
Spaghetti sauce.
When I'm cooking the spaghetti meat, when I salt, pepper, and season it, I add a little bit in as well. Just a touch.
It gives it that umami that makes it pop.
Swear to God, I'm going to punch you the next time I see you for that comment. You know how much that pseudoscience bullcrap irritates me.
The word umami pisses me off, only because we have an English word for umami. It's called savory.
Yeah.
Oh, mommy.
Oh, mommy. Oh, mommy.
That is savory.
Oh, savory and sweet.
Anyways, can we move on? Nari, stop it.
Oh, mama.
Hey, I stopped. Whoopsie whoopsie.
No. Stop. Don't bring on the Dutch.
Derailed.
The train is
Like a
sticky.
train going through Ohio.
As
No,
you
no,
guys
no.
are...
The
Okay.
train's broken.
The train's broken, yes, because of CrowdStrike. Thank you, CrowdStrike. As you guys are enjoying your breakfast and watching the remnants of Arch's meal go down his throat, Harwill comes into the tavern and sees you guys sitting there together. All right, today's the day. You have to go out today. And he
What's the
slides
plan?
across. He slides across a scroll case to Arch. You're gonna need this.
I open said scroll case.
It's teleport. There's no way you're gonna make it through the front lines. And I don't want you sneaking around long miles to get around the front lines just to get into the forest. Your actions need to be done quickly. You need to take whatever necessary steps to disrupt their behavior and their activity behind the lines. And he closes his eyes, takes a big breath. If Commander Colton's going to have any chance at succeeding in his... And he pauses and he tightens his lips. Maneuver.
Have I been where we're going to?
It works off description. There are some issues with error.
Yeah. Do we have anything from this forest? Can you describe to me where I'm supposed to be going?
Arch can roll wisdom to remember something.
Northeast.
Like a straight wisdom check or a wisdom saving throw?
You can throw your proficiency in there, it's fine. You remember that you have somebody that is intimately familiar with where you're going, the Wyvern Stones. The girl, Maribel.
Yeah. This won't be a problem. I forgot about things that are important. Where's our group's associated? And I don't want to say she's our cat because she's not. Where's Pandora?
I've been right behind you the whole time.
Excellent. Where's your friend? She's also been right behind you the whole time. Weird.
Weird.
Like, she's behind me.
You know I never looked there.
Like, I'm right behind you. Yeah. It's like, where's your friend? Oh, I don't know. I'm behind you. Pandora. Yeah.
I need an intimate description of the stones.
Whose stones?
She knows which stones. I'm talking to her friend. Is her friend actually there?
I don't actually
No,
know.
she has her own room in the tavern, right?
Yeah, she does.
Can we do that?
She hasn't joined you.
She goes, is everybody else ready to go?
Yep, that's where this will be.
All right, Pandora, let's go to your friend's room.
Alright.
Harwill, make sure that commander guy knows that I'm doing this for you, not for him. And
What?
the only reason I hope he succeeds is because it would make other people's lives worse if he doesn't. But I hope he gets a hangnail or some bad eggs or for some reason one of his eyebrows is always longer than the other one. Something minorly miserable for the rest of his life because I didn't like him.
Uh-huh.
So, Pandora, let's go to your friend's room so we can leave.
Sure. Start waddling up to the room.
Arch is walking that way as well. It's like, is anybody else coming? It's going to be really weird if it's just me and you.
Why?
Because I'm going to teleport us to the stones. And
Did
it'd be
you tell
nice to
them
have...
that?
I told them to come. I don't know.
Hey guys, Arch is gonna do some fun stuff. You want to follow?
I'm gonna pick both of them up and start walking towards the room.
Okay.
I have legs.
This is
So-
comfortable.
They don't count for nothing.
Am I just a spell book to you?
Just
Yes.
enjoy it, Arch.
Not the first time you've said that to me lately.
Just sit back and enjoy
Whatever
it.
you two are doing in your room, that's up to you.
What? I believe there's no harming the cats in this town. Anyway,
You can't harm cats.
Are you technically a cat, though?
You technically can, it's just illegal.
Okay.
Oh boy, this is gonna be fun.
Because you're going to have a description. Because the only
Yeah.
people that can use scrolls are people that can read arcane magic.
So, Arch.
Yeah.
So, hey, the greatest chance is going to be that, well, mishap, really. Mishap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, actually, the greater chances is you're at least close.
No.
Look, the similar area piece is a very small portion of it.
Yeah.
The rest of it's off target, and off target's actually not that bad.
No. Alright.
Okay. So you go up to her room, and she's sitting there preparing, and Arkken, you're a ranger.
Yes.
What she's preparing seems very woodland-like. Arch. She appears to be dressed in leathers and carrying a staff, and is packing all sorts of herbs and pieces of bark and fur, things of that nature.
Aha. Do we know her
Oh,
name?
she's a barbarian.
Maribel.
Maribel, I have a question.
You guess?
Do you happen to have an item from the stones or somewhere near the stones?
I've only seen the stones once in my youth, and it took all of my energy to escape that place. I don't.
So no.
No,
Was the
I don't.
Short version. Okay, thank you. I need the absolute best description possible. Otherwise, this could be a very bad life choice we're about to make.
I understand. That you'll need a description. Okay. So she describes the Wyvern stones. It is a pool of water surrounded by standing stones. She describes them in greater detail than you've ever heard before written about in any knowledge that you've ever had, any piece of knowledge, any piece of text that you've read or heard about. The standing stones surround the pool of water, and seems to be a natural pool, or at least appears to be so. The standing stones are 12 in counting, about 60 feet in diameter. The major stones, there are 2 on each cardinal direction, north, east, west, and south. And unbeknownst to you, 3 of them are capped with a cross stone over the top of them, making them arched a little way, the table stone across the top of the 2 of them. The south stone is cracked,
Right.
like Stonehenge, but but the south stone is cracked and broken. The top table stone for that south one is cracked and broken. The pool of water is about 25-30 feet across in diameter. And no plant or animal life ever obscured the stone lining of the pool itself. The woodlands around the stones are wild and thickly grown, but inside the stones, absolutely clear except for just grass. And the last time she saw the pool, it wasn't filled with water. It was filled with blood. The whole thing, just blood.
But that was years ago, question mark?
Give or take about 200 years ago. When I was a small child. And she has a troubled look on her face as she remembers that memory.
All right. Well, I suppose we should get this over with. If this works, we'll save a tremendous amount of time. If it doesn't work, we will save a good amount of time. If it goes really weird, we'll end up standing at some stones somewhere else in the world. And if it goes really bad, we might explode. So stand in a circle, hold your hands. Don't worry about it. It'll be okay.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
And I will use the scroll, and I will cast Teleport.
All right. Sorry about that. Cat drama.
I mean, yeah, that's why we're going with Pandora. This whole thing is cat drama.
Okay. So you open up the scroll, begin reading. You select.
Obviously, Reginald is with me.
Obviously. I never assumed anything differently.
Just making sure.
And you mentally select the willing creatures to go with you.
Mm-hmm.
Am I one of them?
Are you willing?
Yes.
Okay, then yes.
Then we have consent.
Consent is important in this day and age. All right. I need you to roll a D100.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! You teleport directly. What is the distance on this? I think it's like infinite.
On teleport?
Yeah, I think it's infinite. It used to have like a range, but I don't think this version has range.
No, as long as you are on the same plane, I believe.
Cool.
Yep.
1 second. I gotta copy and paste something real quick. I've been preparing all morning, so you're going to have to work your magic of the mind here.
I just want to know, when we appear, is there a puff of chicken feathers? That's
No, because you didn't make this scroll, somebody else did.
still upsetting.
And you're standing in front of a pool. You have to use the magic of the mind here to envision that as actual blood and not a clear pool.
Well, it's obviously water elemental blood. She didn't specify.
And in the center is Maribel there. Making sure everybody
Hey!
can control.
Look at that. Pandora, look, we're all alive.
Making sure everybody can control their tokens. I think Pandora was the only one that was broken.
Indeed. There we go.
As you come out of teleportation, Elaneiros, you have an intense feeling of disconnection from your god.
Oh, this is not good.
You, according to the stories you've heard about the Wyvern Stones, you instantly remember, because of this disconnection, that it was told to you that this area is desecrated or unhallowed in the name of Malar, creating this entire area pretty much in his consecration, not your god's consecration. This place is evil.
Yeah.
So you feel a little bit distant. The powers aren't quite really affected to prevent you from doing anything, but this is an unhallowed ground.
This is icky.
And you instantly hear howling. Guttural, unbelievable amounts of howling. Cacophony. One moment.
Going to get out my glaive.
Well, straight into trouble, it seems.
I mean, that is how we do
I was preparing for you to have an off, not actually landing on target. So
Yeah.
give me a moment. But this saves a lot of time.
The howling, do I get a sense that it's alerting or aggressive or...
Yes to both.
Okay.
And you hear other animalistic sounds. Yipping sounds and bellowing roars.
Oh, yipping. Good. Not yipping.
We don't do that in my kind of games.
You just hear a dull house beat and smell BO. Awful. The yiffers are here.
So, everyone on your toes.
So I placed you in a kind of a grouped up concentric area. You hear a multitude of footsteps and claws and paws grinding against the ground to pull themselves forward as fast as possible to the stones.
Okay, so we got here. I don't remember what the next step is.
Maribel says, survive until we can figure out how to use the pool?
Oh, you don't know how to do that.
Sounds
I
like
haven't been here since I was a child!
You don't remember every single thought and memory you've ever had?
No, who does?
Weapons and spell focuses up.
All right. We're going to turn order. Roll initiative.
Real quick, can I do a general just Arcana check
Yeah.
for lycanthropes in general, like what really does or really doesn't work on them in general? I'm just trying to remember.
Go ahead.
Ella, who was the Vigilant Blessing for?
Arkken this time around.
Could I have hopped onto Mirabel's shoulders?
And I will obviously have Reginald spiraling up to see when things
But
are
it's
coming.
fine.
One moment.
Oh, and that D6 I rolled at you earlier, that was the recharge for my wand.
Okay.
I'm gonna quickly turn on a fan in this room because it's hot.
Hot, hot, hot.
And now there's actual use for the fan because otherwise it would have only blown in hot
There's
air.
Reginald. I got a familiar token from Reserve at one point. Me pull some guys to the token layer.
Alright, fan is on. Do tell if there's any kind of wind blowing into the mic.
There's this female voice just keeps saying stuff. So
Yep.
weird.
It happens.
Will this add you
Not
guys?
to him, it doesn't.
It
It happens
added
to
you.
me all the time.
It added you guys again to the turn order.
Oh, there I go. I'm gone now.
I see a woofer. I see many woofer. And a
Oh
rat.
wow! No, it's selected the wrong group. So weird.
Oh,
Remove
we all
everything!
gone aside from Arkken.
Yep.
Okay, we good now?
Only I get a turn.
Wait, hang on a
New
second.
initiative rolls. Let's go.
Hang on a second. I still see all 5 of you in initiative.
Yeah, then you remove the wrong ones.
Oh shit nuts.
There it is.
He said
Yeah,
the
but-
thing.
He did it.
And there goes Arkken.
Okay. Just manually write in your own turns. Do this in smaller batches. I was trying to select all of the ones I revealed. Why can't I interact with this one? Did I map layer this asshole? I did. Okay, token layer. Apparently I map layered this guy too. And that one too. Jesus. Clicking all the wrong layer options for these guys. I'm trying to bring them out of GM layer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's roll the wolves first. And werewolves have +1 dexterity. So that's +1 on all that stuff.
Hey, these things are supposed to be were creatures, right?
Yes.
That means getting bitten is a bad thing, yes?
Probably.
Alright.
Anything silver from non-magical attacks are not going to work. So if you don't have magic weapons, you need to have silvered weapons. They are immune to polymorph, and they are going to infect you based upon bite. That's what you know. There's nothing that really they're immune against, except for the thing about silver and magic.
Mm-hmm.
They have keen senses, or
If
they have
someone
animal-based
sees
senses.
a were-chicken, let me know, and I will let him bite me. I don't know if there is a were-chicken.
They're immune to weapons and magic. Gotcha.
Immune to everything. Okay.
You know, they're reacting awful quickly. I wonder if somebody let them know we were coming.
Or you just entered the very center of their domain and they have animal senses.
Yeah, but you could teleport into my bedroom right now. It doesn't mean Einstein's going to freak out and go running in there.
Of course he is.
Mm-hmm.
No, way more effort than Einie's going to put out.
It's one dog versus many different types of dogs.
One of those is at least a rat, sir.
It's very true. They have...
Which is definitely the weirdest type of dog.
He rushes forward and... leave. Yeah. Little piece of shit's gonna shoot at Arkken with a hand crossbow.
Motherfucker.
Why though?
Oof.
23 hit.
Yep. It does indeed.
Max damage, 8 damage.
Ugh.
That's this one. Double move. I didn't mean to skip you, Arkken. Double clicked accidentally. Your turn.
All right. So I start by taking a couple of steps. Try and stand in between all these ruffians coming towards my allies and, well, my allies. And then the motherfucker over there out in the oven, that guy. I am going to throw some axes at him, but first I am going to mark him as my slayer's prey.
You're his prey. How does this work?
I throw harder than he does.
He just throw down. 17.
Yeah.
That hits.
Beautiful. And then I have my second attack. Hi-ya. Yee.
That hits.
Oh, nice.
So 15 plus 9, that's 26.
Yeah.
24.
Oh, yeah. 24. Oh. It is 24. Correct.
Bless you.
Thank you. I was too late with muting.
No worries. I've used all my actions. My turn is over.
Koji, you have those ones that have left the thick surroundings, the thicket surrounding the stones, but there are many around you as well, and you can hear them approaching. What actions would you like to take?
Let's see, we have Arkken over there. He can hold that front. I can see the ones on the map, right?
Some of them are in the trees still, but not in the clearing.
Would I be able to attack the guy approaching there?
Yeah. He's underneath the boughs of a tree, but he's not, like, in a thicket. Again, this is like showing you like a satellite view, so assume that there's space underneath the canopy. Okay. That one that you're facing is not the same as this one over here. That one looks not wolf-like. Looks bear-like.
Works for me. Also, he's marked.
Okay, he takes 8 points of slashing damage.
It's a magic weapon. And I'm going to keep moving from there then. To there. And now attack the other guy there. He's on ground level, right?
Mm-hmm.
Second attack.
That hits.
That also marks him. Then I have a bonus action
Okay.
on the same guy because I have no more movement. It's the same glaive, so it's still magical and all that.
Oh yeah, I understand. Most of you already have magical weapons. I think all of you do.
Alright, and that is both of them marked.
Sounds good. Had a thing for that. It was that. And they are marked.
That they are.
Now Maribel's turn. She is going to reach out and touch the cat and cast Bark Skin.
A cat with bark skin? What'd that do?
You have an AC of 16.
That's 4 more than normal.
And that's her turn. She's going to stay in the group to stay protected. This one's going to move up to you, Arkken. And make a couple of attacks.
Don't get bit.
I'll try not to.
First with his bite, or sorry, his claws, and it's a 21 to hit.
That hits.
Take 7 damage. Does 17 hit you as he tries to bite you?
It does.
That's 1d8.
Werewolf Minotaur.
Take 9
Did you get
damage, and you have to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. Just give me a moment. Here we go.
You save. Curse of Lycanthropy does not take hold in you.
Yeah.
This time. Nothing here says that you are immune for next attempts.
That is worrying.
All right, Arch. What would you like to do?
I'd like to move to right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Next to
I'm
the
going
pool
to
of blood.
Yep, I'm going to look at this guy.
Mm-hmm. It's a were-rat.
He doesn't seem very smart to me. And I am going to cast a spell.
A wizard casting spells? How dare he? What's the save?
It is 15. And I'm going
No,
to...
what kind of save? Charisma, wisdom?
Intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence. Okay.
And I am going to use Empowered Spell.
He fails.
I'm going to spend a sorcery point, spend an Empowered Spell. I'm going to re-roll that 1.
Okay.
That was a good call. So that ends up being 13 points of psychic damage. And on his next turn, he can only move, take an action, or a bonus action. He cannot do more than just one of those. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
As I snap my fingers and psychically jab him in the brain.
Understood. Anything else you'd like to do?
No.
Gonna rush up to you, but take no actions.
As it's within 10 feet, it will trigger an opportunity attack.
Go ahead and roll it.
I miss.
You do.
So yes, it does get all the way up then.
And this werebear is going to come up here and attack you.
All right.
You've already taken your reaction, so you can't attack him as he moves into range.
That is correct.
This werebear is disturbing in the fact that it's actually in hybrid form carrying a giant axe. It's going to try to hit you with it.
Understandable.
He crits.
Yep, he does.
Everything doubled.
I believe it's
Turns
just
that.
dice.
Just the dice.
Yeah, D&D crits are just doubling the dice.
Take 17 points of damage as he hits you with his axe.
Ow. Still standing.
Does a 24 hit you as he bites you?
Yes, it does. I don't have that high AC.
Take 19 points of damage and give me a Constitution saving throw.
All right.
You succeed in not receiving the curse of lycanthropy.
Hell yeah.
That's the end of his turn. Elaneiros, what would you like to do?
Still looking mildly uncomfortable. Ela's gonna step forward and yell out to stay within 30 feet of them, and they will protect the sanctity of their body as they begin to cast Aura of Purity.
Nice. I'll give you a 30-foot radius, alright. Can you do that, or do I do that?
If I do it, only I can see it.
Alright, stay in the circle. You feel purified, knowing that no disease can touch you.
Yep. And I think that's gonna be it for now. Oh, by the way, how well lit is this clearing?
The clearing is open, and it is morning, so it is...
So there's bright light at this point already?
I was thinking
Still
mid-morning light through trees in an open clearing. It's about 30 feet across. 60 feet across, sorry. The pool was 30 foot. So...
So?
Cat drama. Princess is very needy right now, and she is... She walked into the room just crying her head off because she wants to be fed an hour early. 2 hours early. She started about an hour ago. Pissing me off. Oh God, don't start right now.
Moo.
Moo. Sorry, repeat your question.
If it was dim light or bright light.
Right. I would say dim as long as you're in the shadow of the trees, but if you start walking on air to get above a certain level, you're going to be hit by full light from the sun.
Okay, sure.
I was just trying to contextualize the angle of the sun at this point in time and how it would affect light in this area, considering the thick trees.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
No.
Okay. Peaches?
Yeah.
It's your turn, Miss Barkskin.
I'm going to skedaddle over and jump onto Arken's shoulder.
Okay.
Want to do something fun?
Sure.
I'm going to cast Enlarge on him.
Beautiful.
Teeny tiny cat. And I'm concentrating, so sure, purple dot.
Covers you up entirely.
Oh wow.
You are no longer cat, you are now purple dot.
You need to also breathe when
I'll just
concentrating.
remember, okay? I'll just remember.
The cat turned into a wild berry skittle.
Kinda did, didn't I? Fun.
Okay. Now it's werewolf time. Hi,
Protect
Koji.
me, Arkken.
Hello.
I will.
Nine would miss you with his claws.
Indeed it would.
A 5 would miss you with his bite. So that
Yep.
one fails to do anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But you have the chance to stop him if you want to use your reaction. Oh, you've done it. You haven't been back to your turn yet.
Yeah.
Okay. This guy gets to choose between an action and doing nothing at all.
It's a action
or move.
bonus action, or move. Only one of those three options.
He's going to hand crossbow Arkken again.
Racist.
11, I imagine, would miss you.
Yes. I love how I've grown like 4 times as large. Now he misses me.
Mm-hmm. He's too big to hit.
I literally blew his brains out, so he's...
He was aiming for your leg that suddenly moved.
Yes, that's it.
As long as he doesn't hit the third one.
Oof. Big old beef stick.
I thought we told you to wear pants.
This one's going to move up. I don't think you have anything to attack anybody coming to your range, so he's just going to get there.
Do you realize how hard it is to find pants my size, Koji?
Does 21 hit you?
Definitely.
His claws hit you for 7 points of damage.
Oof.
He goes for a bite. 14 hit you?
No.
Okay, his bite does not connect or impacts your armor only. It is now large cow turn.
Alright.
Large.
I see.
So, my turn comes up, and Arkken is getting a little annoyed with all these people keep clawing and trying to bounce. He's gonna yell out, "Get off!" And I'm going to start asking them questions. At least the two guys in front of me.
Okay. You are incredibly pissed off at their presence, and you want them gone. Ask your questions.
Yes. So, I'm gonna start with the guy on top. He's gonna get one, because he's my Slayer's prey.
You hit.
Great.
This one right here.
Yes.
I need to mark him as your prey. 1 second. Marked. 9 points of damage.
Yeah. And then I'm going to give the other guy a hand axe, because then they're more focused on me. Hiya.
You hit.
Nice.
Now, you don't get any more damage for being large with your axes.
Oh yeah, that's right. I got another D4. Thank you for reminding me.
Roll 2d4. We'll just add it to the whole total.
There we
And-
go.
Okay, so one gets 2 points, and the other one gets 1 point.
And that will be my turn.
Koji, you're surrounded by werewolves and a werebear.
Good, I'm surrounded. Means I can't attack in any direction. I'm gonna attack that werebear.
Okay. You hit, 6 slashing. You crit. Excellent strike. Pierces his chest and severs several important things inside of him, and he does not appreciate you much. 12 points of damage, that takes it down to...
He's also the only one marked. The other guy's no longer marked because I didn't attack him this turn. And
Okay.
the bonus action is gonna go to Second Wind.
Alright.
For the full 17 healing. That's the highest I can roll.
Oh, that's nice.
As the body starts stitching itself back together. What?
Huh? Alright, that's your turn.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Well, if you guys... Well, that takes concentration. Let's go back over here. Apparently I've closed that tab. How dare I?
Are these guys purebloods or not?
How would you freaking tell?
And I'm asking her.
Oh, her? I don't know.
She's the expert.
I just know this is... I don't know anything about werewolves. I just know that this is my place. This is my family's holdings.
Okay.
Alright, so she points at a spot of ground directly in front of this guy right here. Actually, it's a 20-foot cube, so she attacks both of these guys right here with erupting earth. They both fail. They both take 19 points of bludgeoning damage. But unfortunately for her, being this area sacred, it does not become difficult terrain. For while the effect happens, the ground settles into the hard-packed earth that it is, with minimal grass. And you still have Barkskin, Pandora. And the werewolf in front of Arkken. An 8 misses you, imagine, on his claw strike.
Indeed.
An 11 also misses you.
Yeah.
Arch, what would you like to do?
I've been debating it this whole time.
Do it. Let loose.
John, I sent you a message in Discord.
Oh, sorry.
Yep, right there will do it. I'm going to drop a fireball right here.
Evocation is protecting Koji, I would imagine.
Koji, yep. Boop.
Something like that, directly on Koji.
Mm-hmm. I was going to drop it right there, and it would get all 4 of them, so all 4 of them need to make...
Yeah. Like that, then? Oh, you can't see that.
I saw it. I thought. And I'm going to go ahead and spend another sorcery point. I'm going to re-roll those 2 ones. One of them's still a 1, and one becomes a 4. So that would be extra 3. So it'd be 26 points of fire damage if they do not make the save.
One of the... Sorry, I didn't mean to roll that 3 times, because one of them doesn't get a +1. Okay, only one makes his save.
Okay, so that one would take 11 points of damage, and the other ones take 23 points of damage as I drop a fireball on top of everything.
11 points of damage, okay.
Mm-hmm. I am trying to conserve those! But yes, I do deftly scope the fireball around Koji.
Koji trusts you enough to not even flinch at this point.
They do not appreciate the fireball. A lot of them have their fur singed. This one barely burned as he was able to escape the majority of it through magical backflips. I never understand how fucking dexterity saving throws work when you're clearly in the center of the fireball area.
Invulnerability frames.
He threw himself on the ground so he didn't get hit by the brunt of it and only on a bit of his body.
Oh, iframes. No, I believe the iframes more. Thank you. Anything you'd like to do, Arch?
No, that's the end of my turn.
Yeah. Okay, the one that barely got scorched is going to make his attack.
All right.
8's gonna miss you with the claw. 22 hits you with a bite. Yes, no?
We'll see about. Yeah, he hits.
Take 5 points of damage.
Yep, has been taken.
Now it's the werebear's turn.
You want a Constitution save?
You're inside of a sphere that prevents you from having diseases.
All right, never mind.
No curse for
I
you.
prepared that.
That was that much of it. I imagine the axe misses you with a 10.
Oh, yes.
Imagine if that aura wasn't there and we would all get infected. Would we just
It's
join
a
the other
15 miss you
side?
with a bite.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Okay. You would turn evil.
We would.
Yes.
So we
Elaneiros,
were
your
on their
turn.
side.
What do you mean turn evil?
The
Like turn
lycanthropy,
undead, but different.
your alignment would shift.
I'm making a joke as if I was already evil.
Oh, okay. What do you mean,
mean-
turn evil? Gotcha. What do you like to do, Elaneiros? It is your turn.
To go evil.
Oh, full evil. Gotcha.
Well, it was this guy over here that
Dodged.
dodged,
Mhm.
right?
Yes. The other ones are messed up.
That one is gonna get a guiding bolt.
Okay.
Or not?
11 hits.
Oh,
Yep,
it does.
11 hits.
Oh, that's 15 radiant. And next attack roll has advantage.
Excellent. Mark that. With a... one of these markers matters. Sure.
And I think that's all Ela is gonna do yet again.
Okay. Cat,
Uh-huh.
your turn.
So, forgive me, Cyntari, for I'm going to sin. Oh, this is dumb as shit. I'm gonna do it anyway. So, I need these guys to not see what they're hitting. So, I'm gonna cast, light on my tongue. And I'm going to
You're gonna
operate
bless?
my mouth like a flashlight so I can directly point the light into their eyes without blinding my friends in the
Okay.
process.
I'm going to say that if somebody shines a bullseye lantern at you, are you blinded?
Distracted?
At the very least.
Because that's essentially what you turned your mouth into, is a bullseye lantern.
Yeah.
John, help out.
What? I agree. It would be distracting at the very least.
Okay. We'll figure something out there. And you're
Minus
shining
one
it at
hit.
who currently for this turn? It's not that bright, okay?
It is 20-foot radius of bright
Of
light.
torchlight.
Bright light
Hey,
and dim light for an
British
additional
people
20
would call
feet.
that a torch that guy's wielding in the GIF. So that's torchlight.
We had a whole war about this British shit. And let's not talk about what Denmark fucking did to the Britons too, okay?
No, let's.
Yeah. There was a whole part where you're just owned Northumbria. Yeah, I know about that.
Yeah,
And they burned down Copenhagen twice.
But I'm trying to point it into their eyes, so it would be annoying as fuck at the very least. I'm trying to do something. And I thought this was funny.
It is funny. I just imagine your cat just constantly blepping. He's like, nah. Just have your tongue hanging out. No.
And in this case, I would be just trying to point it towards them, so not blepping per se, but just opening the mouth in a way where it would become a flashlight, torchlight, whatever you want to call it, in their eyes.
So I do have something in connection to this.
Go ahead.
This here's a Victorian bullseye lantern. I have linked it at the very moment he runs it by the screen. It is lit by a flame. So that should give you an idea of how blinding that will be.
But that's also
Gotcha.
through a lens.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, a bullseye lantern has a lens. That's
A Victorian bullseye lantern does, but a medieval bullseye lantern does not.
Oh, never mind then. Yeah, then I have nothing.
You are correct in that particular instance. It would be pretty blinding. No, it'll be a distraction, but you can't pick both targets. You have to pick one.
Yeah, I would in this case pick this one first.
Okay.
Because this one is targeted, so it's gonna take more damage anyway.
Sounds good. There, he's blinded.
Yay.
Okay, Koji.
I see a bunch of people around me.
17 hit you?
No.
14 hit you?
No.
1, 2, Arch! You did a fireball thingy. He didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Fireball.
Crit.
Not much I can do about that.
Take 16 points of damage as he almost maxes. As he hits you with his claws.
Ow!
So 23 hit you.
Yes?
Take another 6 points of damage as he bites you, but the curse of lycanthropy is warded off by the light of Saloon.
Ow! Again!
Were Rat, he's no longer affected by the thingy.
He's no longer affected by the thingy. It's one turn.
He can't get close enough to do multi-attack, so he'll shoot you with the crossbow again. I imagine a 6 misses. Alright. The werewolf that you have marked up here is going to attack you, Arkken.
How dare!
10 misses.
Haha!
9 misses.
Haha!
Arkken, your turn.
Beautiful. Alright. I am going to try and finally slap one of these bastards down, so I am targeting the guy I have marked. So I am going to give him with the good old hand axes. Hiya. And then there's the D4. And the Slayer Spray. And if he is still standing, then he gets another axe. With a D4 attached.
The one you marked, he takes 8
Yes.
points of damage, plus that. And then, wait, hang on a second. We talked about this. I gotta add this all together.
Yeah,
8,
sure.
He would need the second hand axe, but he is dead with the second hand axe.
Great.
Get the markers on him. And layer him.
Yeah, and then the guy underneath, he's just gotta get the offhand axe. Oop.
Bring him back out a token so I can remove that mark. Where's that at? There it is. This one down here is going to just get the offhand axe.
Yes.
Alright, that hits.
Beautiful.
And that's
9 damage.
that.
Yes. I'm putting in work. I need to be enlarged more often. Apparently, I become impossible to hit because I have not been hit since I became enlarged. Really.
Well, you know what? I'll just do it again.
Koji, it's your turn.
You know how it is. The bigger they are, the harder to hit.
Alright, I'm going to be attacking that werebear again.
Okay. Ooh, 10 points of damage. Plus,
I'm going to
did you have like a mark damage on him or anything like that?
No, the mark just makes it so if he attacks anyone other than me while he's
Disadvantage.
within my reach, he has disadvantage. And even then, if he just damages anyone other than me, I get to make a retaliatory strike on my next turn that deals bonus damage.
Right.
Also, I'm going to utilize the accuracy ability on the second.
Go ahead
attack.
and roll it. You hit 14 damage.
And finally, I have a bonus action. I'm going to use that to attack with the bat.
Okay.
What?
I just wanted you to remind you that this only lasts for a turn.
Guiding bolt.
Oh, guiding bolt. I forgot about that. I'm more focused on the big guy that deals the big damage.
Sure.
The big guy is busted up. Well below half now. Let's sort that out, actually. I've been doing that. Alright, fixed.
And that is all I'm doing on this turn.
Maribel's going to walk around here, reach out and touch you, Arch, and cast Cure Wounds. At second level. Gain 18 points of health.
Nice.
Alright, werewolf in front of you, Arkken, is attacking you. The one that's been blinded. Oh, he's been blinded, right. He still hits you. If you have a 19.
Fucker mother. Yes, he hits me.
Five points of slashing damage from his claws.
Oof.
And his bite misses.
Yeah.
Arch, what would you like to do? You have a werewolf in front of you.
Oh. I don't want to, but I do want to.
Another fireball.
Yeah, I'm going to center it right here so it catches all of them again. Are those 4? Ooh, that's
see.
a good roll. So once again,
Bear fails. One werewolf succeeds again. It's the first werewolf, so counting from the top, 1, 2, 3, counting from top and then left to right, as Americans read. The one at the top succeeds again, receiving 14 points of damage.
Yep, you take 14, everybody else takes 28.
Okay. Only the bear, who's incredibly fucked up, and the top werewolf who keeps dodging remains standing. Koji, obviously unhurt due to the sculpting of your spell. The top werewolf is going to attack Koji.
Let's see.
6 misses.
Nope.
8 misses. Jesus.
Yep.
Bear time. Axe misses.
Yep.
Does 21 hit you with a bite?
It does.
Take 12 points of damage as his massive maw clamps down on you and bites you.
Alright, I'm going to take my reaction now to utilize Vengeful Assault.
Okay.
I hit back.
Bite him too. 12 points of damage kills him instantly. As his frenzy has played out as his life is extinguished. Alright, Elaneiros, it is your turn.
Yep. Well. Guess I'm gonna shoot this guy again.
Sounds good.
Using the advantage.
Do you still have it, or is it till the end of your turn?
And end of my turn. Next
Remove
turn.
that token. Remove that marker too quickly. Sorry.
It's okay. So 16 points of radiant.
And
And advantage again.
the shreds of life that hang on to him are very thin.
And that is Eda's turn again.
Thank you, Ela. Cat, you're blinding a man.
I am
man
blinding
wolf.
a man.
A man wolf.
Man wolf thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
A
while
wolf.
I am doing that, there's 3 more standing in total, yes?
Yes.
That's the perfect amount for magic missile. So I'm gonna shoot 1 at each.
Okay.
1, a 2, a 3.
Okay. Do you care which way go to which? Like,
One.
where was the first one going to?
2, 3. I'm going left to right.
The one in front
As
of
you
you.
Americans read. Remember?
Right. You need to remove the markers. That one dies as the magical bolt just sails in and just smacks it straight in the face.
Not in the back of the head? I thought his back was turned to me.
His side is turned to you. He's facing towards Koji.
Fair enough. And I'm just gonna keep blinding things.
Changing your target? Or keeping it on the same guy?
No, I'm going to the rat now.
Alright. Narikins is going to move up and try to multi-attack you.
That's the reason why I started blinding him.
Unlike his werewolf fellows, and more like his werebear fellow, he is wielding a short sword.
I'm doing my best, Arkken.
23 hit you? Arkken?
Yes, but isn't he being distracted currently?
Oh, that's true. I have a headache, I'm sorry.
It's okay. No worries, man.
Oh, he fails to hit you.
Yeah.
Yay!
I'm
He's
being
gonna
a
try
good cat.
And he fails to bite you.
Ah!
Doing the best I can, Arkken.
Meow! Meow!
You're
Oh!
doing plenty.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What the fuck was that?
As Arkken is going to stare down the almost dead werewolf. And not hit with his first attack. Second
again.
attack, however.
That was intimidating.
That hits.
The first one was just to intimidate.
Right.
Second
8
one
plus 3, okay.
is he still standing?
Gore.
Yes.
Alright, well, then he gets the offhand.
Jesus.
And get the offhand he does.
Can we keep one alive so we can maybe figure out where the fuck they come from?
You see him, I'm a werewolf and the daddy werewolf love each other very much.
I have to
Maybe.
speak with Dad.
That's
Would they
8,
feel
6,
resentments for the one who
14.
killed them?
This isn't Baldur's Gate.
That was the dumbest thing ever. No, you killed me. I will not speak to you, even though I'm dead. Blech.
And he dies underneath the assault from... Is that all?
That is my turn. All actions used.
Koji, everybody around you's dead. The last one standing seems to be the rat, but your perception is high enough, at least aka close to 15.
Let me just take a look on that. It is 16.
You are still hearing a lot of howling and growling all around you as you're in the center of a massive cult of Malar's hunting grounds, area, territory, whatever you want to call it. Territory. Whatever's happening is not over.
Alright, I'm still gonna go group up with the others.
Okay.
going to dash as well.
Go right ahead. You can go through teammates.
So I get all the way over there.
Is this turn 4 or 5?
4.
Let's see, do I have anything fun I can do with just a bonus action? No, I do not, so I'm just going to stand there looking and staring.
Menacingly.
Menacingly! Unless this is Baldur's Gate, in which case bonus action shove.
Bonus action shove. I like it. No. Maribel's not going to do anything at this point in time. Arch, what would you like to do? There is a were-rat.
He needs
Facing
to
off-
make an intelligence saving throw.
You mind whipping him again? Mind sliver.
Mind sliver this time. Yep. It's
He
a cantrip.
succeeds.
He still takes half damage because I have empowered cantrip.
Whee! So that's
3
3.
psychic damage.
And his brain has been slivered.
That's it.
Ow, my headache. It's worse. Elaneiros?
Who's looking the most wounded?
Koji?
I don't know how Arch is doing after being healed by Maribel.
I'm only down a couple points.
Oh, I forgot to put the bloodied marker.
Yeah, I think Koji is lowest because he got hit the most as well.
Yeah, I was just wondering because he did second wind.
Yeah.
and
I did.
there was no bloodied marker, so
Yeah, I forgot to put it on. My bad.
If I put a
Well,
bloodied marker, you might as well call my character dead at this point. Just look at it.
Blood spot.
A cranberry!
Om nom nom.
That's
So,
Arken's healing berry. Thank you very much.
Second level cure wounds.
16. Nice.
Nice.
It's okay. 16 points of healing. And that is gonna be that.
Cat.
No longer bloodied.
Actually gonna move back one step.
Good call.
What's the range on this? 30 feet. Measuring tool. Can I see this deep into the forest?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So what I want to do is cast Minor Illusion.
Okay.
And make it look like Arch is standing there. Like he's looking like he is preparing a spell. It doesn't do anything like sounds or such, but I'm just
Okay.
trying to see if there's something in the woods still lurking there.
Sounds good. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
The rat is fully focused and does not even see that appear. So,
Yeah. Other than that, I'm just still being a flashlight.
7 misses. 16 hit you?
Yes. 16
Shit.
hits.
Aw.
Don't worry.
I mean, I'm keeping them from hitting you quite a bit, so I'm happy.
Yeah, I ain't complaining about being hit less.
Take max damage, 6 points.
Oh, well, I mean, you didn't take a lot of hits yet, so I guess you can take it.
Arkken,
Yeah.
there's a rat in front of you.
Great. I've got to go with fan feedback on how I should do this. So He's messing with the bull. He's gonna get the...
He got the horns.
Do I have to
Yeah.
make a dex saving throw to stay on the bull?
Acrobatic, athletics, or dexterity.
Can you claw it as a reaction?
Yeah, just dig my claws into his skin.
Or optionally deal damage to Arkken automatically by rolling a d4. You'll succeed automatically, but you'll deal damage to him.
Sure. I don't roll high. Watch me roll a fucking 4 right now.
You kill him with your second horn. You kill him with your second horn attack, and you feel sharp sting on your back.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'd kind of like to imagine if he dies on the second one, he's just stuck there.
Just implanted in the ground.
I was more thinking he's stuck on my horns, like, huh?
Oh,
It
yeah.
feels kind of heavy.
This would be a gore. You're not headbutting him like you were the looters.
Yeah. You know what? Since he is dead, I'm gonna go for the flavor thing and use my bonus action.
Okay.
And just fling him 10 feet away, like...
He hits against the standing stone and slumps against the ground, a broken wreck. All right.
Ooh.
We're at the end of the time slot, but there is more to cover in this particular scene.
Arch,
People
wanna
willing?
get in between us?
Is players willing to continue for a few more minutes?
Sure.
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 Okay. You hear a bestial roar, greater than anything you ever heard. You would almost imagine some sort of enormous creature of great stature and power and strength. And striding out of the woods. Sorry, Nari, about your illusion. This is just how I'm going to wrap this up.
Sure. I mean, someone else might get distracted by it. I don't know.
You do hear
Oh,
some play.
jeez.
Holy fuck.
That's a Van Helsing wolf,
Yep.
which is one of the best designs ever.
Which Van Helsing, though? Because there's a couple now.
Yeah, well, the only good one.
I've only
Stepping
seen
out.
one.
Stepping out of the woods, you're still surrounded by more lycanthropes as they're coming through. And this massive... Did I map layer this asshole? I did.
The movie with Jack Human.
Ah, so the only one I've actually seen. Good.
Yes.
It's a massive creature. Larger than Arkken is. Taller, sorry, I should say. Taller than Arkken is, taking up the same width of space, though. Standing
Is
at
that
least
one of
20
the
feet.
Bloodstones? Sorry.
Hard to tell at this point in time, as he is ferocious and intimidating. You are mine. Prisoners now. I have hundreds. He just unbothered by the light that's in his face. Your light can only shine on one eye at a time anyways. The size that he is. Standing 20 feet above the ground. His head stands. So...
Oh well.
And you're hearing rustling and more movement in trees. More werewolves keep coming out of the woodwork. You could stay and fight until you bleed and die upon this holy ground, or you will stand down and subject yourself to our mercies. And he grins at that, knowing that there is no mercy for you to have. He just obviously has other plans for you.
What would that mercy look like for a cat?
Whatever we decide it to be, tiny thing, a morsel, a plaything, to be given to our cubs for training, whatever we want, for you have invaded our territory that we have held for centuries, and we own everything here, including you.
No.
Arch is going to look at the blood pool and be like, okay, so we have to activate this stuff. How do I activate it?
You have to know it. You can roll Arcana, but essentially the way these portals are going to work is they need a key. Similar to how you might be familiar with Sigil and its portals needing keys.
And she said she didn't have anything from here, so she doesn't have the key.
Mm-mm.
The big guy must have the key.
Which one, the cow or the dog?
One of you might notice that this guy right here is a little different than the other ones. He is a were-boar.
Yes.
Boar.
Boar.
All he does is talk about hockey. It's so boring.
Yeah, he's such a bore.
This one over here, the bear standing closest to Koji. Look, this one, he bleeds different. Step forward, dragon-scaled one.
Don't do it, Koji.
The one who told me to step forward was the big guy, right?
Big guy, right? The bear over here is the one that called out your blood looking different. And if you look down at your blood, you notice your blood is tinged blackish. You recall having coughed up bits of black in your coughing fit before fighting Renan. You recall having dark fluids injected into your chest by a plague doctor.
I'm going to step forward, yeah. But I have not relinquished my weapon.
No. And he does not ask you to relinquish your weapon. So you step forward.
I'm gonna whisper to what's her name? It's like, hey, cat friend lady, take some kind of key to open these. Do you remember anything?
I hoped I'd have more time to figure it. It's something to do with peace and something. She's terrified of the massive.
Great. Let me know when I can cast a spell.
So
Cast
when
a spell.
Koji is passing by, can I have jumped on his shoulder from, Arkken just hop over?
Acrobatics or athletics. Not a difficult check, but roll it.
Gets impaled.
12.
You make it just fine.
No matter what happens, you don't get Koji, and you don't get to see what happens to us.
I get what I want.
On him.
Oh boy.
Let me check.
While all of these
He
shenanigans.
succeeds.
So he still takes half damage.
Rolled down, rounded down, so that's 38.
So it'd be 19.
19.
As I pull out a little cat's cradle and then smish it together, and when I do, just flaming strands crawl through the ground, and then multiples of them whip out of the ground onto him to burn him.
Okay. He takes that damage. You will pay for that one, young human, but not before I'm through with this one. And he steps forward to Koji. What is that? 22 hit you, Koji?
It would, but I'm going to utilize warding maneuver. increasing my AC by 8, so that's now a miss.
How long does that last?
For the attack, but if it had hit anyway, it would have given me resistance. That's a miss.
Kill them all! Slaughter them to the ground until they yield! I want this one's black blood!
I'll turn all of you into chum to go fishing!
And to clarify what's about to happen in an elongated way, there is likely very little chance for you to win this fight. As the cult of the Black Blood, the people of the Black Blood that inhabit this forest, number in the hundreds. So I could
we
just keep...
need to activate this.
Yep.
Somehow.
Ladies, pull your shit together.
There's no symbols. Is there anything on these when I looked around that would give me any indication?
The symbols on the pillars are symbols of Eldath. Let's see, they...
It's a riddle. What says meow and has 4 legs?
Kill it now, and then it will lay eggs. I don't know.
I've read this somewhere. It has words on it.
It's the moon pool from H2O. Just that water.
No.
Get in it and you'll turn into a mermaid. And then you can go, oh no, Cleo!
So I turned into a sea cow, is what you're saying.
Oh, that would be funny.
There are symbols of the holy symbols of Eldath, the god of peace, written all over the stones, but no other arcane writings or riddles of any kind. Thought there was more specific examples, but if you're going to continue fighting, we'll have to have this later.
One more question from me to you then. In my conversations with my new friends, was anything mentioned about this place? Anything at all that might help us in this situation?
You recall that this place is desecrated by the cult of Malar, and you might recall from conversations with a werebat that you were interrogating that this individual in front of you is likely a chosen of Malar. But the knowledge of the area around you, the stones and the pool, not many people know much about them in this day and age.
Okay.
Archid's going to do something he really doesn't want to do.
What's he going to do?
He's going to close his eyes for a moment. Say, I know you're the keeper of secrets. How do we open the gate? How do we get away from them?
Well, son, you have to do it when the pool is clear. They desecrate this thing every morning with a blood ritual that poisons it and turns it into a pool of blood instead of clear, pure water. But every morning, it clears up. This place is sanctified by that. You can hear disdain drip
like an hour ago then.
Disdain drips off his voice. He says, that God. And you need a key specific to his desires, and likely going to have elven blood, seeing how what's underneath there is an elf hold.
Well, I know when, and I've got an elf, so...
We also need the key, and, well, I'm going to need you to look at that pool when it's clear to figure out what that key's going to be. Because every portal's a bit different.
Well, I guess I'm getting eaten by a werewolf.
Thank you for trusting me, kid. We're in this together. You hear it?
I don't know if trust is the right word, but...
Who are you
Arkken?
talking to?
You guys
His
didn't
head
hear
friend.
any of that.
His head friend.
I know.
What is it, Arch?
Circumstances aren't right. The battlefield's a mess. This has to be cleaned up before we could go anywhere.
So what do we do?
Oh, Arch is very angry as he does this. He puts his war wand on the ground and puts his staff down.
Follow your human's example. He is smarter than the rest of you.
I mean, half of that is correct. He is smarter than us.
Also not a human, but, whatever.
You appear human.
I know.
Just to emphasize.
Oh, yeah, I know. But Arch is being petty.
No, I'm spawning more guys around you as the rest of the people with black blood as they come in. They're going to support their leader or they will die at his hand.
If only we had a druid that had clean water.
Yeah. Well,
Remove curse wouldn't work on this, right?
no.
Purify water?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
It's specific to the lore of the place.
Ah, fair.
Unless something that's particular to those spells would override that, and I haven't read those up yet. And we're like 20 minutes past cutoff time anyways. So.
Well, since Arch is smarter than me, I'm going to trust his lead here. But if it goes sideways, well, my horns are more than weapon enough, so I'll drop my axes.
I'm going to hop off of Koji and lay down, kind of like cat loaf, and just put my head down. And then I'm just gonna think, hey, Saloon, this would be the ultimate time to help out!
Where did I have that?
I have no communer whatsoever. This is just a desperate call from a cat.
1d100.
Yeah, Miss Saloon, there's a Pandora on the phone. Would you like to take her call?
Oh God, not
I'm
her
sorry.
again. Put her on voicemail.
Yeah, I'm sorry. She's in another intervention right now. I'll put you through to her voicemail. Hi, you've reached the voicemail of Saloon. Not in right
yes,
now.
So there's a lot of lichens around us that are gonna kill us and all that. And...
I'm sorry, this mailbox is full.
Well, shit.
This prayer box is full.
Connect me
this is
to
really
a new prayer box.
Please try another deity.
Try another deity. This is a real emergency. Please call. Oh goodness.
Please hang up and call Elminster because he's apparently the only person who does anything.
In case of a real emergency, in case of a real emergency, contact any of my angels who will be happy to take you on as a warlock.
Asmodeus. No.
I'll be right there, and he never shows up for some reason.
He's a dude of deals.
And he's the Lord of Lies.
That too. Just imagine if Pat goes, you kill all these guys and then I'll do whatever you want.
Kitten mittens.
All right, so we're going to wrap up here, guys. Thank you for joining us on this session of Fortune and Glory as we moved on to Chapter 2, the harrowing adventure in Hullock Forest, as they have teleported directly to the Wyvern Stones deep in the central territory of the people of the Black Blood, and are reaping the rewards of having done so.
Woo!
Yay!
See you next time, guys. Bye.
Salute!